Hi everyone. Back with market this week. Week ended 10th of November 2017. This is your Nifty future daily chart, and as we can see that we had a slide from the index, and but it was the Friday's trade which catches most of our attention in this weekly wrap up. Well, what just happened was just an ease off from the benchmark index, coming off its life highs and hitting towards the low of 10,284, just breaching the 10,300 level. Now, what I would love to show you is what happened in the last hour of trade on Friday. Now, this is the Nifty Future 15-minute chart. And there was a decent amount of intraday choppiness throughout the week and especially on Friday. And Friday was a completely yo-yo, a completely seesaw. But what caught my attention and what actually is the beauty of the market is this level, close to that 10,300 round number, right? That's exactly from where the index had bounced back on Thursday. Short-term bounce back couple of times, clear signs of resistance close to that 10,370, 380 zone. Sharp sell-off. This happened after 2 p.m. The sharp sell-off was such that it straight away broke the 10,300, and everyone who would have had a gutsy long trade would have got stopped out. Everyone who would have not gone short at the higher levels would have waited for a break of Thursday's low to go short, and there you go. The index broke down the 10,300 level and actually got out of all the long trades and enters a lot of fresh new shots, and just within few minutes, well, let me just check. Let's go down to the 5 minute or a 1 minute chart, right? And 10,300 was broken around here. So within just few minutes, this is a 1 minute chart, so it didn't even last for even 10 minutes, less than 4-5 minutes, and look at the bounce back. From 10,280 lows, it bounces back straight away above the 10,350. This is a clear sign of a trap on the downside for the fresh shorts. They will be definitely uncomfortable at the close of Friday's trade. And the sense is, if we have a decent opening on Monday, and if the index manages to stay above the 10,350 mark, 380 on the upside, better if it goes above 10,400. And throughout Monday's trade, please keep a note, throughout Monday's trade as well as Tuesday, if you do not see any form of intraday dip, then this area where the shorts got squeezed are going to feel a lot of pain. And that would probably take the index further up. On the other side of the coin is, if you do not see such a decent opening, and even if it opens well, but throughout the day's trade, if we see amount of short-term dip, intraday price corrections, then this squeeze probably will not that be painful, and the shorts will probably not have that kind of a bad week going ahead. So very interesting to watch on the back of few triggers from the government of India's move with the GST. Consumer play will definitely play a role. So talking about consumer, before we take you to the sectors, so the view on Nifty is, if you have a decent opening and a move above Friday's high, which is 10,380, you should definitely have a move further going up towards the 50% mark of Tuesday's candle, which is close to that 10,460, 450. 10,500 definitely is a psychological level on the upside for the index. Bank Nifty supporting really well. Didn't correct as much as the Nifty did, so it's not holding really well, and we did manage to see some good move coming in from State Bank of India on Friday. Let's quickly take a look at that. Well, this stock moved really well. Alongside, one of my favorites for the next year is ICICI Bank. These are the stocks which did really well and had held the Bank Nifty close to its life highs, and I sense that this movement will continue. Stocks like Bank of Baroda can quickly do a catch-up game. It did manage to move on Friday, but we sense that probably it has some few more legs left for a upside test of close to that 185 mark. So I sense that the banks will continue to move. HDFC Bank, one of the heavyweights within the banking sector, is actually tired out completely. Look at the size of the candlesticks over here. Completely drop in volatility, which is clearly seen over here in my bandwidth indicator, hitting its own lower Bollinger Band. A clear sign of pinch from the 13 period Bollinger Band. This stock is about to move a breakout above 1850, a breakdown close to that 1810, 1815 mark on the downside. Kotak Bank, again, one banking stock which has underperformed, but it's coming very close to its strong support zone of around 960 and 980.85. This, I'm sure about it, that the stock will definitely find some short-term support here and will try its best to bounce back above that 1000 mark, add a digit back to itself and test 1025, if better 1050 zone. Banking, I think, is going to support, continue to support. Now taking you to the sectoral performance. Hello Nifty IT. If you recall our last market this week, the call was after this 3 week of a contraction, Nifty IT is all set for a breakout. And did we get a breakout? Amazing move from TCS. I have been harping a lot about this stock. I love to see the quarterly chart, the monthly chart of TCS. What a consolidation it has been for the stock, and it is, yeah, what a consolidation it has been for the stock, and now it is on the verge of breaking out. A nice pinch on the 55 period Bollinger Band on my monthly chart suggests the fact that this stock is definitely going to lead all the way further for the IT space for sure. Wipro, as we every time say, quietly moves, does not make much noise, but this stock has been doing fairly well. New kid in the block, which we said that Infosys is more of a trading stock, has given a nice breakout finally. Though I sense that there will be takers on the upside who would be willing to probably get out of the stock of its erstwhile holdings if it comes close to that 1000 mark. But performance, relative strength is clearly with stocks like TCS, Wipro, and to a lot of extent Tech Mahindra as well. We're only talking about the large caps over here. Now, going back to the sectors, Nifty India consumption. This sector, now look at the performance, the inequality in terms of the performance from the sectors. The IT was up more than 3%. The second best is less than 1%. And that's your Nifty India consumption. This is your consumption space. I have the space open for you right over here. So it's a mix of FMCG, couple of hospitals and pharma stocks, hotels, media. We have Z over here also. So the consumption story, as I mentioned some time back with the announcement of the GST cuts and all, it'll be very interesting to keep a close watch in this sector and these stocks as well. Within this sector, obviously, there are many which are in a strong uptrend, like Dabur right in front of you, but few that I would like to bring your attention to. I'll start off with Z. Z Entertainment is on the verge of a big breakout. The big breakout only comes if it takes out that 550, 552 mark on the upside on the cash market. Every time we've seen in the month of April, this would be July, September, and now back again. The good thing is holding above all my moving averages. The order is correct in the weekly charts. The monthly charts also beautifully buying time close to its life highs. The daily chart clearly shows that it's actually close to its resistances on the verge of a breakout. One good thing, in amidst all the intraday volatility that we've seen this week, this stock has been inching out slowly, but definitely inching on the upside. So keep a close watch on that. The other trade, Hindustan Unilever, amazing setup. We had an amazing call on this stock in our recent season lifetime product last week. But look at the weekly charts hitting its life highs, Bollinger Bands opening up, beautiful positive order from my moving averages. This stock has given a breakout, and I sense that one should definitely look to buy in every dip. That's a swing trade. Colgate Palmolive had gone into a corrective mode below the moving averages, but there is a divergence with the momentum indicators. Volatility has completely slowed down, so a break above 1050, you can expect a move on the upside. Hero MotoCo, yes, one stock which has sold off quite sharply from the highs of 3880, has made a classic doji on the downside. Indicators oversold. My short-term Bollinger Band shooting off the 55 period Bollinger Band, which suggests that we are stretched. If someone likes to buy contra, someone likes to buy a falling stock, a falling trend, definitely a move above Friday's high, which is 36.35. You have a short-term bounce back for sure, which is close to that 37, 37.20 mark. Do keep a watch on Hero Motoco and Bajaj Auto. Bajaj Auto definitely leading the way because the stock had already given a breakout. Let's quickly take a look at that. It's already given a breakout on Friday, so this is a leading one, and I sense Hero Motoco can give you a quick catch-up game. Apart from that, within this space, you can keep a close watch on, so there you go, Bajaj Auto. Bharti Airtel has come off close to that supports, close to 480. I don't have a trade over here on Bharti. Probably I'm going to give it a little bit of more time. Jubilant Food, yes, on the verge of a move on the upside. Another doji, a move above previous highs, and the trend continues. And another one you should keep a watch on is Mahindra and Mahindra. Amazing breakout on Friday's trade. However, it slipped a bit from the weekly highs, but I sense that as long as it maintains to stay above the 1390 mark, 1400 psychological, I think Mahindra would do really good. Look at the weekly charts. We've got a beautiful coil in the making. It doesn't get any better than this, does it? So this stock is actually cooking up a big move from a multi-month time frame. So definitely keep a watch on this stock and keep it on your radar, on your watch list for sure. Let me take you to, let me get this done with. Let me quickly run a couple of queries for you within my I track the 1992 most 90 most active FNO stocks, and within this I just ran a volatility scan just to check which are the ones which is slowing down. Hindalco, uptrend definitely, order perfect, stock is slowing down, it's kind of an inside candle. Keep a close watch on the last two highs, which is close to 268, 269. You can get a move. Now, talking about the metals, both ferrous and non-ferrous, I have been talking a lot about JSW Steel and Jindal Steel for sure. Now, Jindal Steel gave a nice move. Now, these nice moves actually came in the last hours of trade within the metals, within the two-wheelers, within the banking as well on Friday's trade. Now, Jindal Steel, I believe that above 168, we have a final breakout. It's a little heavy, I think, on the futures market in terms of its lot size, but when it moves really well. So Jindal Steel is definitely one stock you should keep a watch on. Hindalco definitely is another one within the same space to keep a watch for. Other than this, let's look at the ones which have made a doji or a spinning top. ACC coming off, oversold. Volatility kind of slows down. Back to its supports. So let's keep a watch. Probably it will buy a little bit more time and can bounce back. That's ACC. Ultratech, on the other hand, given a nice breakout on the upside. Let's look at the ones which is making a Bollinger Band with shrink, which is shrinking. So I spoke about Z on the verge of a breakout. Jubilant Food, yes. Kotak Bank close to supports, as we mentioned. HDFC Bank we spoke of. So these are all these stocks which have cooled off and are on the verge of a move on the upside. So I sense that the market is likely to continue like the way it has been. Last week was a complete support from the IT space, which supported the market, not to correct in the tune as in which it could have corrected. But I sense that Friday's high, there you go, 10,380. Let's use 10,400 as a level which will infuse some amount of short covering and can push the market further on the upside close to 10,500 and going ahead. Banks will continue, odd metal stocks which have relative strength behind them will continue to move on the upside. So net bias stays positive. We had a divergence on the upside. The divergence have played out. We have a four-day correction. But the important thing would be, I think, Friday's range. Monday, Tuesday, it will be very important to see where it closes. Above 10,380, keep your bias on the upside. However, if it slips below Friday's low, which is 10,280, then I sense that this so-called, so anticipated trap will actually negate itself and the selling will continue. I'm going with the upside bias because every time I see something like this, where the index breaks a psychological level and turns within a couple of minutes, it's generally a trap on the other side of the market. With that in mind, thanks a lot for hearing me out. All the best with your trades this week, and thank you for all the feedbacks and suggestions. Keep them coming. Like always, trade well, trade wise. Thank you.